Hey guys, so let's just jump into the video. I literally have nothing to tell you guys other than the fact that I still, according to my last video introduction, still think the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation is trash, and it used to be my absolute favourite, and I put it on today. And I've never been so stressed putting on makeup. You know when you put on makeup, and by putting on makeup, you're just like taking off more makeup? Yeah, that's what happened with this foundation. Like on camera, it looks great because these lights and this camera makes everything just look like it's like a-okay. But in reality, if you looked up close to my face, it's just like, wow, you are scaly. You look like a lizard. So I try to make up for the eyes and lips and just distract from everything else that's been happening. But God, I hate that foundation so much. I don't know how I went from loving something to hating something so much, but here we are. And also my hair has this weird dent in it. That's what I get for sleeping in a bun. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, first piece of mini tea, which is slightly older news. I don't know why I've been like gathering these receipts instead of just putting them in videos, but here we are. Kylie Cosmetics has now trademarked Kylie Con with a K, and Kylie Museum. Now, who would actually be willing to go to a Kylie Con, almost like a TanaCon, a VidCon, like a convention all about Kylie? I don't know how that would work. Like, would she be there to guide you around her life? I don't think so, because then that would cost literally $1,000. Or would it just be like a museum of all things Kylie without Kylie involved? Or would it be like an Instagram place where you can go and take cute pictures for Instagram, like a very Instagrammable place with like Instagrammable things, because Kylie likes Instagram? I don't know where she would go with that, but I'm low-key intrigued. I hope we don't end up with a TanaCon situation, because that was awful. You know, people got sunburnt and stuff, and no water, no food, no entry, no entertainment, no coordination, corporation, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm hoping that Kylie will use those billions of dollars that she has to actually create something semi-fun and not dangerous to human life. That would be fun. Next piece of tea is makeup related. Makeup Geek is a company that used to be very popular on YouTube because they would do like a lot of content with beauty gurus, and then beauty gurus started demanding more money, as they do. I don't know why anyone's shocked whenever people say that. It's like, you know, as you grow, you demand more money. And despite not really liking James Charles, I feel like James Charles put it very well at one point in time, where he said, you know, the kind of effect for your brand that you get by doing a sponsored post is very different to doing like a very broad ad just on a random website or a billboard. Because realistically, let's say you have like a makeup product you want to promote, you're going to go to all the makeup gurus and make them use the product on camera, and chances are that 99% of their audience is interested in makeup if it is a makeup channel. But how many realistically people walking past a billboard are interested in makeup? Maybe half, maybe a quarter, I don't know. So you're paying a lot more for a billboard than you would for a YouTuber that is going to get you more sales, is the way James Charles put it, and I kind of believe what he's saying. So yeah, I know Marlene Estelle, the owner of Makeup Geek, said she basically just couldn't afford to pay these beauty gurus anymore, and her brand started to slip because everyone else was promoting their stuff through makeup gurus like Morphe and all the other Colourpop and stuff, and her brand just started slipping. And now she's done a Makeup Geek rebrand where instead of circle pans, they're doing square pans, and that's about all that's changed. They also just have like these empty palette, like magnetic palettes that you put your single eyeshadows in. They also have preset eyeshadow palettes that they created, and like the big eyeshadow palettes are 120. That is some Natasha Denona prices right there, like Viseart. And Makeup Geek used to be on the same level as, I would say, like the mid-tier brands and not high-end. It wasn't a luxe brand. Even though the quality was very good, it wasn't deemed as a luxe brand. It was more attainable for the average Joe. And also they're saying it, I watched the video about like the matrix system, and it just sounds like magnetic palettes to me. She made it sound like, you know, they organized them by like shade families. So like it would go from dark pink to light pink, and then you would have like all your pinks and all your greens, and that's essentially just what single palettes are. Because she said like, oh, when you buy regular palettes, you get shades that you might not use. So, you know, my matrix system defeats all of that, but that's already been done years ago. I'm not attacking Marlene Estelle, I'm just saying this whole rebrand isn't a rebrand because it's still the same Makeup Geek, just different size pans, like different shape pans. And you know, single eyeshadows and magnetic palettes have had that purpose for years now, where instead of buying a palette where half of the shades are unusable to you, you just curate your own shades. So I get it, it might be amazing quality products, but the prices are wild for Makeup Geek. I don't know, I guess it might be a good deal if you really like Makeup Geek, but to call it a whole rebrand is a little bit out there, because I just don't think it is. I really liked her Broken documentary though, so if you still want to watch that on Netflix, it's there, so you can watch it. There is another thing I saw on my timeline on Twitter called Clearview Al, and it's supposed to be this new software coming out, and you might think, wow, new software, it must must be so super like in demand. Like this is something that is going to help us with stuff that nothing else has helped us with. It is an app, but if you see someone on the street, you can like just take a picture of them, put it into the system, and it will find like information about them. Who is demanding this? And we should probably look into them and put them in jail, because if someone wants to know information about a random stranger on the street, then they are probably dangerous to society and should be put in prison. I'm sorry, the only people that are going to be affected by this are going to be women and children, and they're going to be affected negatively. So how about we just cut this right here. I already don't leave my house as it is because I am paranoid of being kidnapped and murdered. I literally go home, Uber, destination, Uber, home. That is all that I am outside. It is the 2 minutes in between me and my Uber. Like, that's all I do because I am terrified, right? I've been looking up like cases ever since I was literally 12. It's like I've been seeing this and I'm not here to be another case. And I think this is going to enable more and psychopaths to look people up and possibly find their address and the information that they don't need to find. Who thought this was necessary in our lives? Do you have no respect for people's privacy? Just mind your own damn business. I feel like in big cities, normal people have this like outlook on life, which is called mind your own business. No one looks at each other, no one has small talk on the street, no one talks to each other on public transport. We just sit there and get to our destination, and that's it. That's all we do. So how about everyone just kind of goes along with that, because I think that system works really, really well. I'm very angry about this. I don't know if you guys could tell. Next, controversial makeup has recently been coming out. One of them was an eyelash company that not only did they buy like crap eyelashes in bulk from like AliExpress and then sell them for 10 times the price, if not more. They weren't like handmade, like their designs. They would like buy them in bulk, repackage them, which wasn't the big deal. I'm like, Morphe's been doing that for a while and they're doing just fine. But all the packaging for the eyelashes was like drug bottles, like, you know, when you get like medicine, and all of them had drug related names. So one, there's just a load of unnecessary plastic for the amount of product that you get inside. It's one pair of eyelashes with like a thick bottle of prescription medication. Like, that is just a lot of plastic that you're probably not going to use ever again. Like, you're not going to reuse this, you're just going to throw it away. And two, like, it's just promoting drug use. It's making drug use seem cool and fun. Look at my eyelashes, they're called like meth. There's just no need for it, sorry. And two, recently a shaped eyeshadow palette came out with the kind of stuff that's been happening on the news lately. You think that's a good idea? Really? We thought you did something there, didn't you? Yeah, I'm not gonna explain to you guys why all of these are wrong, but they just are, and I'm not gonna support that. I'm gonna support other indie brands, hopefully, that do, you know, better things than sell drug related or gun related makeup, because like, how is that? Are you just trying to be edgy for no reason? Anyway, another piece of small tea is a small MUA was recently found to be transphobic. Wow. Big shock. But not only that, people also found old tweets of that person trying to desperately get on Nikita Dragun's PR list, who is, in fact, if you didn't guess, a trans woman, yes. So that's incredible hypocrisy from small MUAs. Sometimes I think, oh, you know, it's the big guys that are so let's look at the small MUAs and the small YouTubers, but they're just as shit. So it's like, you know, you just gotta look and hope that you find someone that isn't regardless of their size, is what I figured out. Next, Fenty is in a little bit of hot water right now, but no one's really talking about it. Don't know why. Maybe it's because it's Rihanna and everyone's like, wow, Rihanna. Like, I love her, right? But you gotta call out what you gotta call out. So now she's got her Savage lingerie brand, and someone DM'd me saying that they put obviously stuff into the basket. The price is according to the stuff that they put in the basket, and they check out, and all of a sudden they are getting billed $100 a month for the ex-VIP membership on the website, where like you pay a membership and then you have some kind of a perk to go with the membership. But they remember putting $100 worth of a membership into their cart, and the cart wasn't even $100, it was about like 60. So there was no mistake there. What happened was the membership was put into the basket automatically, but because it's a membership, it's not going to get billed as soon as the actual shopping cart gets billed, which is very cheeky. And yeah, so they just thought it was like a, you know how sometimes brands will put stuff in your checkout and be like, hey, do you want these samples? And if you don't click anything, they just won't charge you because you don't see a difference in your checkout bill. So you're like, oh, whatever. So they didn't see a difference in the checkout bill. They thought it was just like an advertisement for the membership. So they just went along with their day. And then they had to basically blacklist Fenty Savage off of their card so they would stop getting billed, because there was no way they could cancel it now. And yeah, there was an article written about it as well, which basically just goes over this kind of a tactic of getting more money and getting more people to sign up for the membership, because a lot of the times some people might not realize that they're getting billed every month. If they're making a substantial amount of money and they're spending a lot of money, they might not realize, and by the time they realize, they would have spent, you know, $1,000 on a membership that they didn't want to spend money on, or they just won't realize. So I hope that wasn't Rihanna's like choice to make. I hope it was someone on her team without like running it past Rihanna, but I haven't seen anyone acknowledge acknowledged this, and I just got in my DMs and I thought it was pretty interesting, so we'll see where that goes. Next, a TikToker was kidnapped. And then apparently it was a social experiment. But people are now wondering if it was really a social experiment or if they are actually in danger and now the person that kidnapped them is on their phone. It's a very strange situation. There were posts posted on the TikToker's page which were in like weird symbols, and apparently the translation for that was like, I am kidnapped, I'm scared, help me. It was in their bio, it was on their like actual TikTok thing. There was also a video of her, of like a van and a man. Yeah, it was strange. And then that TikToker just posted a post saying, hey, this was a social experiment that went too far. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like, you know, scare you guys or whatever. Don't worry about me. But people are then wondering like, it went so far and now it's just a social experiment, but there's no like video of her saying it's a social experiment, it's just a text. So people are wondering if she's actually in danger and this isn't a social experiment like she claimed it was. That's terrifying, and hence why I don't leave my house. Next, last video I spoke about a girl who did a whole sponsored video and then claimed it wasn't sponsored because she wasn't paid for it. Instead, she just got sent products. Now, if you don't realize, being sent products now with the new FTC guidelines is considered a sponsored post. So FTC is the company that regulates sponsorships aimed at an American audience. So if you have even 1% of an American audience, you are aiming your sponsorship at an American audience, and therefore the FTC can come in and be like, so unless you literally have 0% on your American audience demographic thing, then this applies to you. If you receive anything for free, you have to disclose that. If you receive a product in exchange for a post or a video, that is a sponsored post. If you get paid for a video, that is a sponsored video. So there's just a few guidelines. There are a lot more, but you have to disclose everything clearly and in a way that doesn't confuse the audience. It has to be very obvious that it is a sponsored post. You can't, for example, put ad in grey like here and you know, assume that people are going to see that, because that's not blatant obvious. It would have to be, you know, sponsored and stuff like that. Laura Lee has been caught doing not sponsorships, but you know, those commission links that you get like a commission off if people use your link. She has those in her bio without like explicitly saying which ones are the commission links and which ones are not. She just has a little paragraph at the end saying some of those links are affiliate links, so if you click them I might get a commission. Like, she's not actually saying which ones though, so you don't know which ones that you click on are giving her a commission, but you can tell by the size of them. And also when you click on them, sometimes you get like a slight pop-up of the brand that does the affiliate links. So if you focus, you know which ones are which, and the shorter links are usually the ones that are affiliate links. And in my last video I said, you know, that I don't understand why these big influencers are not following the laws, but I guess it's easier for them to risk it and be able to maybe sell more potentially or fool their audience than, you know, the chances of them being fined. I guess they think the chances of them being fined are like pretty slim to none, so it's worth it for them to risk it to potentially sell more products and make more money. And then even if they get caught, they might be hoping that the fine is smaller than the money that they made from the sponsored posts. So Laura Lee had those. But recently, Jaclyn Hill came back from a break. She said she was ill and in hospital, which I understand. But realistically, that video was filmed during Christmas time. So I don't know why it was released now. You had a video ready. 2, there are people that are ill, like, you know, I had a flu and I still filmed like 2 or 3 or 4 videos when I was still ill. There are people that get ill and still have to go to their 9 to 5, which I'm sure they despise doing that, but they have to. So I'm not sure why for like 2 months, 3 now, you just haven't uploaded a video, but you filmed one during Christmas time and then you didn't upload it. What, is a launch coming up? Is that what's happening? You're launching other products now, you're building up your portfolio of videos. Why can't I speak today? Right before the launch, because that's what she does. She doesn't upload for 3 months and then she posts 7 videos, roughly like 5 to 7 videos, and then there's a launch, and then she stops uploading for 3 months, and then every other day she'll upload a video and then launch. So I'm waiting for more videos and then a launch, because that's how Jaclyn Hill likes to roll. But on top of that, she also has undisclosed links, just like Laura Lee. She has those short links, and if you click on them, sometimes you get the pop-up of the company that does the affiliate links, and the short ones are the affiliate ones and the long ones are not. And then, you know, she has this like little paragraph at the end with the affiliate links, because that's how things worked like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, beauty gurus could just put links, not say which ones are affiliate, and at the end put a little paragraph saying some of these are affiliate links, so I'll get a small commission from these. Now that's not how it works, because the rules and the guidelines have changed and people need to read up on the law and adapt, because not knowing the law doesn't mean you don't have to follow it. That's how the law works. Just because let's say I don't know that murder is illegal doesn't mean that if I murder someone and say, wow, I didn't know murder was illegal, they're just going to let me off the hook, because they're obviously not. It is my responsibility as a citizen to read up on the law and then decide if I want to murder someone or not. Also about Jaclyn Hill, she had like this one video about tips and tricks for cakey makeup. and stuff. And there is a pro MUA, Robert Welsh, who he's a pro makeup artist, and he reacted to that whole video and basically shaded Jaclyn Hill throughout that whole video, as you do. So I'm just interested to know if she, one, saw that video, if she's two, gonna like start tweeting about it. But three, also just goes to show that, well, one, everyone has a different way of doing their makeup, and you have to take everything with a grain of salt, because just because an MUA does their makeup a certain way doesn't mean you have to do your makeup that same way. And also, what looks good on camera doesn't necessarily look good in real life. Like my makeup right now, there looks like there's nothing wrong with my face, but if you see me in just natural daylight off camera, you'll be like, what the happened to your face? Why is it so dry and patchy? So you can kind of like, if I told you now, oh my god, this Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation looks so great, look, there's like no problems with it, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's no problems with her skin. But then you see me in real life and you're like, that looks bad, and you wouldn't buy it that way. So all I'm saying is, some things look a little bit better on camera than they do in real life. That also goes for Instagram makeup. I remember I used to just follow those like Instagram and YouTube tutorials down to the T, because I thought that's how you do your makeup. You have to put concealer all the way around there and everywhere, and full coverage foundation. You have to bake. I used to bake and I have like dry skin, and you know, like just like crazy lashes. No, I like my wispy lashes, like more natural stuff. Then you have to do your eyebrows a certain way, and then you start to kind of realize that things don't necessarily look good that way on everyone, and you have to just find your own way of doing things that isn't the Instagram way. Sometimes it's, you just have to find your own way of doing makeup. So it was interesting to see someone who clearly gets paid to like do people's makeup review an actual tutorial that I probably would have followed if I was like 12 and watching Jaclyn Hill and be like, oh my god, this is the best way to do makeup, let me bake my whole face. I remember I used to like struggle to take my makeup off at the end of the night because I baked it that much. Like I would bake my whole face and then expect it to just come off. I'd have to wash it like 5 times before it actually came off. I genuinely think my makeup would survive like a war. Yeah, that was great. That was a fun time for my skin. Next piece of tea is Leah Marie Johnson recently released a statement basically just saying that she's okay and that she has left an abusive relationship and is basically just happy to have left the toxic relationship. If you don't know what's been happening, Leah Marie Johnson used to be on Kids React and then Teens React, and then she started her own YouTube channel, and then she released music because she signed with a studio, and there is a producer on there who produces her music. And recently she's been not really posting on YouTube much or releasing music, but she's been doing a lot of Instagram lives, which are very concerning. It looks like she is high on something and is just not mentally okay or in the right place. And there's also someone constantly talking in the background, basically just saying things like, stop being on Instagram live, this is going to ruin my business, and stuff like that. And they just seem to be more concerned about making money than her well-being. So that's why people are concerned, and they think they've now compared the voice and the face of the person on the Instagram lives, and it looks like the producer that produces Leah Marie Johnson's music, and he's been her producer since she was about 15 or 16. He also has a lot of interviews where he talks about, you know, being a photographer for kids and just saying really weird things. He also produces a lot of music for very young kids, like preteens as well, and it's just very concerning the way he behaves with Leah Marie Johnson and the fact that he then has the control over like children. There is also Instagram live where he like grabs her and starts kissing her, and well, what seems to be him. People are just very concerned about that because she seemed really out of it, and I don't know how much you can agree to something when you're that out of it. And then once everything kind of started getting big again, it has died down now. I don't know why people think that they can just call someone out for 2 weeks and then give up and that will do anything, because it just won't. But recently, once everything started coming out and people started comparing him in the Instagram lives to the producer actually deactivated all of his social media, and it's still deactivated. So if that's not an admission of guilt, then I don't know what is, because why would you ever do that if you knew you were innocent? Like, you would just put out a statement saying, hey guys, that wasn't me, that just someone that looks like me or sounds like me, which is a bit of a coincidence that that would be someone who is very similar to her producer and not her producer, but okay. And yeah, he deactivated all of his social media and he's been just dead silent since then. And she recently posted just a post on her Instagram story, just kind of like a picture of her doing that, and it basically just said that she's happy to be out of a toxic, abusive relationship, which would insinuate the relationship between her and the producer, which some people think that maybe they were dating, but he is a lot older than her. It is illegal, I'm not saying it isn't, but it is a little bit strange, the power dynamic there, and clearly she wasn't in the right place when that relationship was taking place. And yeah, maybe she's out of it, but then I'm wondering, could that just be him forcing her to post that so that he can kind of come back and reactivate his social media and go on with his business. So until I see more from her, until I see her genuinely being safe and being out of that studio and posting normal pictures and normal Instagram lives and normal Instagram stories on a regular basis, I don't want to be like, oh wow, well done guys, we did it, case closed, we don't have to go over it anymore, that's cool, we can just forget about Leah Marie Johnson, until the next big outbreak. I want to see regular, healthy, like, just behavior from her, and until I see that and him not being there, I'm just not going to be comfortable with calling it quits on this story. And I think people shouldn't be so quick to be like, oh yeah, this is fine now, this is good, she said she's okay, so she must be okay, because she's been saying that she's okay for a really long time and everyone knew that she wasn't okay. She was angry at people for calling the police. She was saying that she's fine and that, you know, people have nothing to worry about, but we could clearly tell there was something that we should be worried about. So this could just be more of that. I'm definitely hoping it isn't more of that, but it could be. And if she was in an abusive relationship, that abusive relationship could still be continuing, and him being abusive could also be him controlling her social media and saying, you post this now, or whatever. So let's just wait, give it a moment, but not give up with the situation. Because like, people are very quick to be outraged and then just give up on situations once they think everything's okay, or once they're bored with tweeting about it, which is really sad. And the last little story for today is Lily Sink. Lily Sink posted a video called How to Deal with Brown People or something along those lines. I don't even want to watch that again, and it's number 50 on trending. So you know when she's like, oh, I don't talk about being brown and stuff all the time. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it. It's number 50 on trending. Lily Sink just annoys me, irritates me, and that's what I wanted to say. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every other day, or whenever something happens, or when there is just no delay. Hit the bell and then you'll know when that's happening. Follow my socials down in the description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.